All right, good evening. The time being 6:42, and I'll call over the 6:30 meeting of the Tilton Planning Board
A little late.
for Tuesday, January 14th, 2014. First on the agenda is the approval of the December 10th, 2013 minutes.
Which I just put on the table if you need copies of them.
I'll make a motion to bring the minutes of December 10th, 2013 to the floor for discussion and open or approve.
Second?
Second, motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Okay, motion carries.
Anybody?
I read this when she sent it out.
I didn't see anything on it, please.
No, it's,
No.
Fine.
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes as written for December 10th, 2013.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve the minutes for December 10th, 2013. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Look at that. Next on the agenda. Correspondence. Maybe not even. Let's see what we got here. Upcoming planning seminars. Agriculture, agritourism, and local land use controls, New Hampshire Municipal Association, January 30th, from 1:30 to 4 in Triangle Park Drive in Concord. There's also another one, The Wonderful World of Takings and Exactions and Local Land Use Controls on February 26th from 1 to 4:15. And then that was it for that. Let's see. This is David B. Kraus to the Tilton Planning Board.
Yeah, it's more informative. I guess they're going to record it. They did
Paper copies of boundary survey.
boundary survey for Poplar.
Poplar Street. Where's Poplar Street?
Up by Pat and
Oh, yeah.
Kim's. Oh, in that area.
That's, yeah. I don't know.
Oh, behind you?
Which house is it?
Huh?
Which house is it? I don't know all my neighbors. I don't know.
How come?
Listen, and I don't want to walk my dog. I don't know.
Unless they holler at him and he doesn't know him.
Yeah, out there.
Oh, that's, all right, that's, what street is it? Cool. I know who they are.
And he's gonna record it, I guess.
He works for Marine Patrol.
Who?
I think he's a Marine Patrol officer. Something like that. All right. Eric, planning board needs to approve these two new members' application. What do we got here? Juliet Harvey, 66 Dunlop Drive. I wonder who she is. I knew this one girl at Harvey in high school. So, do I have to do anything with this?
Well,
We have to approve it?
yes.
Yeah, we
if
just have to.
Or recommend that the selectmen approve it. I guess that would be the.
All right.
You got a heartbeat.
Got a heartbeat. I have been attending every planning zoning in Plymouth for over 2 years. But I have no civil engineering and construction experience. Hope with that. You will when you're done. So, all right, so that one, do we have to do anything with that?
No,
Just approve it,
we're
or-
gonna just recommend it.
All right,
So, do you have to make a motion to recommend, or just
I'll make a motion to recommend that to the selectmen approve the application for Ms. Harvey to become a planning board member.
Second it?
And you still want to just be an alternate, or?
She's full-time now.
No, that's what Kathy, was it Kathy?
Catherine.
Yeah.
Asked me if I could fall. I said, sure, whatever works the best for the
Okay.
board.
Should I note that on here, full-time?
I think that's part of the email in the back.
Yeah.
Expense.
Well, she said she'd like to volunteer as an alternate.
Okay.
Oh,
We
That's-
changed her, we
Yeah,
switched her
that was the
around.
original.
We held it under her head. She's now a full-time member.
Okay.
And Kathy said it's really the same thing, so.
Yeah, because you have to come to the meeting anyway, keep yourself familiar with it in case they ask you to sit on the case, so
Right.
you might as well be a full member.
So, all those in favor? Aye.
There's another one in there too, isn't there?
Mhm.
Okay for that one.
Okay.
Well, full board? Sort of, almost. All right, what do we got
yeah,
here?
now, once they call you, come in, they'll swear you in and you'll be a
Yep.
full member. Okay.
If she can't come in, then I'll swear in at our
That's
next
right,
meeting.
at the next meeting. You want me to give her a book, since she's
I
here?
guess.
Okay.
Get her a book.
If you suffer from insomnia,
Yeah, that book
You
will
won't.
knock you out.
it's great. The next, the older edition will make great fires starting in the middle of the summertime.
Yeah.
You guys have all read that.
Here's your new reading material.
Every word. No, actually, the way you usually use it is whatever case you're working on, you look up that particular case. You sit there and try and read the whole thing. It's like,
Well, it's like we discovered the fineage for zoning,
Right.
we discovered that in there, you know, so.
Yeah. I
it's a
tried-
good source of material,
Right.
and it gives you what the laws are. You know, and sometimes you'll be hearing a case and you'll get a developer, and I'm sure you've watched, and they're trying to say something, and there's something inside you that says, boy, that just doesn't sound right. So you get your little book out and start looking at it. And usually they're exaggerating.
I am exaggerating. I like the way you put that.
All right, we got another one here.
How
This
sweet she is, huh?
is for Christine St. George,
Yes.
246 Gale. She's a full-time resident. She has a PS degree. She's done flips and been a real estate agent. Attended meetings in Manchester. Have you guys got over her?
We have not met her. I don't know anything about her. I was going to suggest that maybe you can invite her to a meeting and
Yeah.
meet the board.
Okay. I think, is that the one that's been signed though in the back? No, maybe I didn't copy the backs of them, I just copied the fronts because that really didn't make any difference to me. I just need numbers and stuff if something
Short-timers.
happens.
She's got short-timers disease. Cool, all right.
Yeah, you guys will have.
Ask her to come in.
Okay, request her comes in, I'll make a.
We'll break
okay.
bread with her. All right, what do we got here? 40 Tilton Road, driveway permit. Permission is hereby granted to construct alternate driveway. That is the
Body.
the new auto body place.
Yep.
That used to be a woodworking place.
Where? What is it?
140.
On Route 140,
No, what's
the
the
old
word
wood,
product?
the old, what is called Wood Products.
Yeah?
That is now the new body shop for AutoServe.
Oh,
They
okay.
bought it.
They're
I'm
just
sorry.
grown by leaps and
Forest Street
bounds.
Realty bought it,
Yeah.
which is different than AutoServe.
Mhm.
Let's see, what do we got next? 407 West Main Street,
That's the,
Catherine DeRacchio.
that's that,
Oh, is that the,
Searoy
Raven?
building. It's always be,
Oh, no,
The Black Raven or something like
yeah,
that?
the rustic raven.
Rustic Raven. It's open now, I guess.
yes.
With problems.
With problems.
Mold still.
Oh, no. So I got permission to alter their driveway or do something.
Well, they have to update their driveway permit, you
Okay.
know.
All right. And that was signed on the back, if it matters. Let's see, Lakes Region Planning Commission. Friday, January 31st, from 10:30 to 2:30 at the Meredith Community Center. Free lunch.
Oh, wait, what's that?
It's a natural resources workshop.
Mhm.
Presentations will focus on major topics including land conservation, agriculture, forestry, water infrastructure, and watershed management, followed by breakout sessions where participants will identify key issues and brainstorm projects and implementation steps.
And that's in
Workshop
Meredith,
fire.
right?
What's that?
That's at Meredith.
It is, at the Meredith Community Center, One Circle Drive. The key being lunch provided. The next great issue of Town and City, CDBG, that's one of the grants that we just got, right?
Yes,
For, the Gaslight Village?
no, Quinn.
Oh, Quinn's.
Oh,
Yeah,
they
Quinn's
did get
got-
it? Oh, good. Good for them. Excellent.
Cool.
So they should be coming in to, because they gotta do their site plan, because they want to enlarge.
It's even sent to me.
So, but they're gonna have to do a
They
boundary.
gotta do the surveys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see, we got another one, community training in ecological design. With the several dates, it's, 315 Daniel Webster Highway in Boscawen. Doesn't say where. The 17th from 8:30 to 5, the 22nd from 1 to 5:30, the 29th from 1 to 5:30, February 1st from 8:30 to 4. $395,
Yeah, it's a full
no
course.
lunch provided.
Just cost.
Cost, but the town, I think the town pays that. Oh, you get 21.5 AICP certification maintenance credit hours. That's like a course.
Mhm.
Liberty Utilities, this is a dig safe, I guess. Just as important notice, please have it translated. Just
It
dig
just
safe.
gives you dig safe information to make sure that people have dig safe done before they do things.
All right, let's see. This is a letter, wow, we got a lot of stuff here. William Stack, Stephen J. Smith Associates, 6 Lily Pond Road, R.E. Sterner Site Plan, U.S. Route 3. Dear Mr. Stack, I am writing regarding the drive application our office recently received for a proposed commercial office building located on U.S. Route 3 in Tilton. Based on our preliminary review, we are requesting some additional information prior to processing the permit. I reviewed the drainage calculations for the pre- and post-development surface runoff for the site and have no comments regarding the drainage design. However, this portion of U.S. Route 3 is easement right-of-way and is not owned by New Hampshire Department of Transportation. The abutters to the highway own the underlying property the highway is located on. As a result, Mr. Sterner must obtain an easement for the portion of the new 15-inch drain pipe along the property frontage of the abutter directly to the north. This easement will become part of the drive permit documentation and must be received by District 3 before we can complete processing the permit.
Remember, I asked them about that for the variance, okay? For the site plan, because that's on the next
Regarding
issue.
traffic,
Next meeting.
where's this going?
You know where,
So
where U-Haul is?
Yep.
It's a little gray building that's been sitting in a piece
Oh,
of
yeah.
property.
Oh, it's
Right
like
there.
right next to the
Yeah.
road?
Right, yeah,
They-
that's that
They came to
property.
us like a while ago, didn't they?
They came in for a
conceptual.
variance, and they came in conceptual, yeah, and they got a variance for 5,000 square foot building a few years ago. But then the new site plan is for 3,400 square foot building, so it's a smaller building. But this guy bought it after the other person died and thought he had the site plan all in place, which was not. So when he came in, he thought he was good to go, and I'm like, no, you're not. So
We just chatted about it.
This is, for the same thing, that's the application for, 401 West, 407 West Main Street. This is, ooh, this looks sick. Got paper clips. South Bay Resort condominium subdivision site plan approval. Enclosed for your records in connection with the above referenced matter are copies of the recorded condominium declaration of bylaws for South Bay Resort condominium.
yeah, and I put that in there because I wanted to see that, and then I'll move
Did
it
you
out.
look to see if they had put the issues in there that were part of their
Mhm.
conditions of approval?
Yeah.
And that's all been put in?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's been put in, the board had approved that.
Yep.
And so we had to send a letter to Hastings
right, that's
And
right,
they recorded it.
okay. And now we have a recorded set.
Yes,
Okay.
they sent it in. And I will put that in the file, but I put it in here first.
Yep.
That's it.
A lot of work.
A lot of stuff in there.
Your pen is underneath that stack of papers, you're gonna
Sure
wonder
is.
what happened to it.
Where's my pen?
So that's it. Other business.
We do have another business. We have a lot merger that we need to sign. Eric needs to sign.
Eric, sign, he needs to sign it.
Natasha shows copies of the, where it is and the text cards.
Cups are right there.
Wait, where is it? Oh,
It's up by the lake. And you know where they built that new house?
yep.
The
They bought
property
the
right
little-
next door to it
Yep.
was owned by Piscobal, and they needed more lake frontage to be able to put in a dock, so they bought it off her. She was trying to sell it anyway, I guess. I guess she passed, and her daughter was trying to sell it. So,
And they're merging it together with theirs, so that it'll be one piece.
they have the acreage and they
Oh,
have the
so we
water.
have to sign it?
Yeah.
What's today's date?
14,
14?
1/14/14.
I've been writing 13 all day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Record that. Recorded, South Bay folder.
I saw the email about that one. I saw the email about that.
You got an email about that? Okay,
Yeah,
this
the
is,
120 days is apparently coming up pretty close.
February 2nd.
Yep. And I told our attorney, Scott McGuffin, that I would make sure we talked about it tonight. He's wanting to know if they're doing their due diligence, if they're working towards taking care of what they need to, so that it'll keep the case out of court. And I did talk to Al. He said, as far as he's concerned, they're ready for a CO. The only thing that he was waiting for is the electrician. Everything's been done except the electrician had forgotten to do one little thing, apparently.
I think that you should read this letter from Catherine.
All folder.
No, yeah, I got more.
Oh, no.
I have, this from A.E. Mitchell.
Oh, Jesus.
A.E. Mitchell.
Thank you, Cass.
This is for Nixon's on, I haven't made copies of that, but I will. But this is from Catherine Dawson today.
And I've been inspecting the houses. Residential dwelling units 2, 3, 4, and 5. Many items have been corrected. I am currently waiting for them to correct the faulty wiring in unit 5. Together, we have made 4 trips to inspect and find they have not completed the required corrections. The rest of the property remains in non-compliance as they have failed to meet their obligation to complete the new site plans. But now, it was our understanding, what we were given was they were only doing phase 1. That the dwelling units, these, now this part here, the rest of the property remains in non-compliance. It should
She must be
non-
non-compliant.
As they have failed to meet their obligation to complete their site plan requirements, primarily, the cottages are continued to be rented as dwelling units.
That's a biggie.
So that can be, a letter from our attorney to their attorney, that seems to still be an issue.
Do we have a list of requirements just to go through, just to double check? Oh, sorry.
Is the,
Sorry.
And well, you should be. Making the
Well,
poor
God,
girl
there's
run.
so much stuff here.
No wonder she's getting done.
Wearing her out.
Yeah.
There's the fire department's list of issues. You mean from the lawyers?
I think he's talking, are you talking about the conditions of approval?
Yeah, wasn't there a whole list of stuff that,
Oh, this conditions, This one here?
Wasn't there, was it in the court case or something like
Well,
that?
the court case, I don't know if I have the copy of the court case paperwork. I have a copy of the notice of condition, I don't have the court case.
No, I don't.
I don't have that, I don't get that.
Well, I guess what we can do is, it is my understanding, and I believe the last time that Nick was here, he sort of verified that his job was to get the house done, get it, the certificate of occupancy, because that was missing. All the units had not been done. To get that in place and to get the plans, all the condominium plans completed and ready to be recorded, because not everything has been recorded. They did get the documents updated, and we now have a copy of that. And I understand from talking to Al that they're very close to getting their CO. But as far as this, they failed to meet the obligation to complete the site plan as far as the cottages are continued to be rented as dwelling units. So that in itself is, something that I think we'll have to get that to the attorney. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not a lawyer, I'm not gonna even contend. Are they working towards doing what they're supposed to be? Yeah, they are. They have completed some of it. Are they done? No, they're not done.
But all that was asked of them was that they be continually working towards the goal.
Yes, right. And that's what, so as far as I can see, other than making sure that tomorrow you can give this letter to Joyce and make sure that it.
Oh, she's got a copy already.
She does, has a copy been sent to the attorney?
No.
Well, I think it should be.
Okay.
He should be getting a copy of everything.
All right, that one I got late just before I left from Cal, because she was
Okay.
telling me, and I said, would you put it in writing?
Yeah. So anyway, so I would say, and send this to the attorney, say we're aware of it. This is an issue that we do not feel that, this is something he's going to have to contact the other attorney with. I don't know all the ins and outs of what happened in court, so.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's supposed to be like wetlands, alteration of terrain and DOT permits.
She talked to Mr. Mitchell today. Is that
Well,
what this one?
no, Nick talked to Mr. Mitchell, and I got that from Mr.
And
Mitchell.
this is what we got from
A.E. Mitchell.
Eric Mitchell. My office is preparing the updated plans for the project. The design and application work for the wetlands and the alteration of all terrain permits is finished and will be submitted as soon as we get signatures. So, other than saying to the attorney, it would appear that everything is moving forward. We've received a message from Mr. Mitchell that those are ready, they just need to be signed. And that
submitted.
Mr. LaPlante has told us that they're very close to getting a CO. But Miss Catherine Dawson has told us that they're continuing to rent on a year-round basis when they're not supposed to be. So, I mean, other than that, I'm not sure what we're supposed to say to him. Because are they finished? No, they're not finished, but we can't say that they're not working towards that end. They are making an effort.
Well, I think if they're not supposed to be renting those as year-round dwellings.
They're seasonal.
Right, so are they working to rectify that? There's a right way to say it. I mean, are they still marketing, rentals, or are they starting to evict people and gonna focus on getting those?
Well, I mean, this is the other thing that was talked about, is now's the time to evict all those people if they're gonna start putting in new cabins. Now would be the time to do it, because the ground's good and hard and they can drive up and down to be able to do the construction or, removal. So-
Can they evict them now at this time of
You
year?
probably can't,
Of course you can.
Yeah.
Yeah,
in the winter.
Can't shut off electricity, but it's always terrific.
Yeah.
but.
The time of year has nothing to do with it.
No.
That was years ago. They
I was
used to
gonna
say,
say,
if you had children or.
So I guess as long as we send everything to the attorney, it's a legal matter. We can say that no, he knows that they're approval was based on seasonal units. And, you know, that's what they were approved for, that's what their conditions are. Now, we can put in there that this does not appear to be adhered to at this point in time. Now, what he wants to do with it, then it'll be his decision as far as, because I don't want to say they don't have any standing, they do. They've been working towards getting this done, but are they still doing things they're not supposed to? Yes, they are.
Wasn't there concern about another apartment down in the basement or something like that? Fifth apartment?
Well, apparently
That's
according
been
to,
removed.
that's
Okay.
been removed, so. Because it was, originally when they site planned, way back when, it was supposed to be like a rec center for
Right.
the people who live there, to be able to come in and,
Like a
like
community-
table
common area-
tennis.
Common area,
yeah.
yeah.
So, and they put in an apartment. But the apartment has apparently been removed now. So, other than that, I don't really know, you know, what you wanna say to them. I mean, that's the only thing I can.
Yeah, I get, you know, but that just seems like that's pretty big sticky wicket.
I do not know, I can't tell you because I don't have any of the paperwork with me. I do not know what the conditions of the court were, other than that they remanded the case to go back to the control of the planning board, to be the ones that oversaw the completion of what was going on. We know that Nick has been in twice to bring us up to date on where they are. As far as what's going to happen once they get the CO, then, you know, as Nick told us, then he's really kind of out of it unless he gets rehired to finish the project. When they site planned, I did read through, it was done in phases, and phase 1 is the part we're dealing with now. Phase 2 has not even begun yet. So.
Another headache.
But, you know, I would say that definitely we need to get this, both of these, the one from Mr. Mitchell and the one from Ms. Dawson, and give those to Scott.
I'll email him in the morning.
Yeah, email it over to him, and, you know, you can let him know what we discussed, and we'll get right on the minutes and get him a copy, a draft of the minutes once they're done. So, and if it's February, then that means they still have a couple of weeks.
When I spoke to Nick today,
Yeah.
he'll be back in the state on February 6th to the 13th, and he said if the planning board wants him to come in on February 11th, he would.
But isn't that after their date?
I guess, I don't know, is it February 2nd? I don't know what the date is.
I don't either.
Well, it said February 2nd.
Is that what they said?
Yeah.
Yep.
Even if you went by the original court, I think it was like September 19th, so January 19th would be the.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, anyway, that's kind of where it stands, so we'll make sure that the attorney gets all this stuff. And let him, I know that he and the attorney for South, they talk back and forth too, so.
Cool. Okay.
Any other, do any of you have any concerns or questions? I mean, this is the time to,
Well, just the rental part of it.
yeah.
And it's
Well, we can certainly let the attorney know
Yeah.
that we're concerned about that. It's supposed to be seasonal and they're renting them out year-round. Or, I don't know if we can say year-round, but it would appear
it appears
that they're long-term rentals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which would contradict the spirit of the
Ordinance.
ordinance. that they have. All right. That works. Then we have zoning regulations.
Yeah. I did, I sent your things that you had sent me, I sent those
They're here.
to Gus so that everybody would have copies. So,
Got more?
I don't know if you have any more on that, or, but, anyway, just, you know, because some of the things you had were good ideas, and some I had absolutely no idea what you were talking about.
Oh, great. Some of the ones that you think you have no idea what I'm talking
I'm
about.
looking
Yeah, those are more
for,
Is
interesting.
there one page or 2 pages?
Yeah,
Two
what is
pages.
that?
Oh, okay.
I double-sided
Well,
it.
copy, that's all.
Trying to save paper here.
Just one page, right?
yep, both sides, yeah. Okay, I'm trying to find,
What about the vehicles?
well, one that I found that could be an absolute nightmare is a special exception for a sign may be given by the zoning board of adjustment for signs larger than the current zoning limitations, provided the sign is no larger than the largest grandfathered sign in the zoning district, and provided the business is similar to the business with the grandfathered sign. You're asking for a nightmare. And I mean that, you know, in the nicest way. But we have got some really huge signs out
That's true,
there.
that's true.
You know, look at the Walmart, the one that goes up 100 some odd feet.
Yeah.
They put up the new signs yesterday.
But, so that is going to be a nightmare, because how do you know, first of all, is a business similar to the business with the grandfathered sign? Why can't he come back and say, well, we're retail, what difference does it make? So that, I think, would be very difficult to enforce, period. Feather flag or feather flag style banner, lightweight portable, resembles a sail. All right, the other thing is you've got off-premise sign exception. Off-premise signs may be approved by special exception in all districts. I don't know how that would go over. It has never been an allowed use in this town. They've never wanted it. The voters, I know the last time it was asked for was turned down. And if it's one of those sticky wicket things, because I know that you want it for your own business.
No, I wasn't thinking of that, it was the other thing, but I mean, part of it is, I was just gonna bring up, here's the situation that the business I work at is in, is that on Route 3,
Right,
we have a state-approved sign, the state has installed a sign that was installed in 2006 perhaps, that advertised the previous business that was there.
right,
We contacted them to update that sign,
right,
and they've since changed their rules and policies.
right.
And they cannot update that sign unless we put a sign at the bottom of the road, pointing people up Autumn
Okay.
Drive. But we can't put a sign there, because then that becomes off-premise signage.
Right,
So now we have a sign that we can't get updated because the town regulations don't allow us to update our sign.
right.
So,
There's nothing stopping them from going to the ZBA
No.
to see if they can get a variance.
correct, and that's what he's planning on doing.
Right.
It's one of those things, but I'm just saying, that type of thing. But the other thing is, you know, if you develop off of some of these, you know, offshoot, you can't develop really on that side of the road, but, you know, somewhere if there's a business that starts going in on something, on some of these other roads, you might wanna be, I mean, just to encourage commerce.
But part
It's
of
just
the problem is along Route 3, if you don't own land there and you're going in the state's right of way, it's really up to the state of New Hampshire whether or not they'll put a sign there.
Right.
You have to apply through them. If you have property there along Route 3, then yes, you can come to the town, put a sign on your property,
No.
but none of the signs can go into the state's right of way unless the state has approved it. So that's its own problem there. And generally, what the state puts up for a sign, they're just small little things. They don't put up great big, you know, signs.
Right. Oh, no, like the sign I was just talking
Yeah.
about, I mean, it's just it's a blue information directional sign, but,
Right,
you know, you can't.
I know the churches up here have been asking for signs so people know the churches are up on School Street.
right.
They've been
That was
trying
the
to
other
get
thing I was
signs,
thinking
because the
was some
Tilton
of the
School
churches
has
that
one
are
on the
looking
pole.
for
over
signs.
there.
But, you know, the other thing is, and I know this came up the last time we had public hearings, I'm gonna say it was quite a few years ago now, but part of the problem is people come in and they want this, like the churches wanna put a sign down here. You know, a lot of places that aren't on Route 3 want signage of some kind on Route 3 to lead people to where they are. But the people that are along Route 3 that paid higher dollars for that property don't think that's fair because they wanted that space on Route 3 for both the visibility and so their signage would be seen, so they bought it that way. And now other people who have gone out to much less expensive places to make a business, but now they want to drag stuff down onto Route 3. So you have to ask yourself, how much of that are you going to allow before, I mean, I personally feel that Route 3 is already sign blight. When I drive down Route 3, I don't look at signs.
Oh, no,
I'm too busy looking at all the cars that are in front of me, so what good does it do to put more signage up if you're not going to be looking at it anyway? I agree, we need to do something, and this is why I think this is good, that we have the time to work on this now and come up with a plan that is both defendable and that is good for the town and it's also good for business. You know, like I say, there were a few things in here, it's like, what? It's like he didn't put quite enough, you know, to really understand what he was getting at. But, and of course, a lot of people don't understand that there are different districts in this town, and different districts have different, usually anything in the commercial districts is all about the same size. You know, and if you want more than what is allowed, then of course that means going to the ZBA. In the downtown, I know the people down here think they should be able to have big signs, but there's just no place for them. You know, and this is an issue. But we did hear things at that last meeting we had that I thought were very worthwhile pursuing. You know, like the corner signs, you know, to let you know what's coming up. I think that's a good idea. The only problem I see with it is where do these signs go? You know, so that you're not, I mean, if you put them on the side of a building, then whoever owns that building is really the ones that are in control of those signs, unless they agree to have a sign for several businesses there. If you go on next to the sidewalk, you know, where it would still be state easement, then we'd have to take to the state of New Hampshire and see if we could get.
Does the state own any of the sidewalk? Like, is there right away to the sidewalk?
No, the town owns the sidewalks.
Okay. So there's no state right of ways involved on the
There is
sidewalks?
state right-of-ways, that strip of land, you know, from the edge of the, where the, yeah, I can't even think, the curbing is.
Yeah,
They have so many feet that comes up,
right.
and then the town has so much, and then the buildings start. So most of the downtown businesses have no real frontage. It's on town property, except for like right across the way here. They have that area in the front is theirs. And across the street, the
Laundromat.
laundromat area. That parking lot in front of them is private property. But other than that, going down Main Street, most of that property is all town.
Yeah, right up to the sidewalk,
Yep.
where the sidewalk meets
Yep.
the building.
So, but anyway, I think it's good. I think, you know, either, one thing that would be a good thing is if you form a committee, they can meet anytime. It doesn't have to be when the planning board meets. Because, I mean, as you all know, you've been on the board long enough now to where you've seen, most of the time when we meet, you're busy enough with site plans and taking care of other things, and this kind of stuff gets put off and put off. So if you have a committee that, you know, finishes whatever work and they put something together for you. And this committee can have planning board members and it can have members of the public on it. It really, business people, whoever you want on your committee. And get it together, and then that way periodically, say during the year up until fall, they will come and meet with the board and go over what they've put together. And you can either yay or nay it, or, make adjustments to it, whatever you want to do. But, it would be a much easier way to keep track of this stuff and have it ready, so in the fall you're ready for your public hearings. But if you get a real busy schedule and don't have time to work on it, it still gets done.
Does a painting on the side of a building count as a sign?
It's not legal in our current zoning. You can't have a painted side on the building.
You can't paint like a picture or something, like, I don't know.
Well, we have the one up there, it's closed now, that had cows painted on this building.
Okay, then that's illegal.
Well, the cows being there is not an illegal thing. If you put, whatever the name of it was, if he painted that on the side or on the front of the building,
Fine milk.
yeah, that would be
It's the ice
good.
cream place up there.
Okay, so if let's say you had an ice cream place and you painted
Ice
a
cream
big
cone.
ice cream cone or whatever on the side, that wouldn't be illegal?
Well,
It's more decoration than,
yeah, as long as you don't have any writing on it.
okay.
Oh, really?
But if you put Eric's Ice Cream Palace on the ice cream cone, then yes, it becomes a sign. It's kind of like the same with, how sometimes the downtown stores have the awnings that hang out. You're going to have an awning, but if you put your name on it, then it counts towards signage.
Okay.
However big it is, it counts towards your signage. If it's just an awning, then no, it's just an awning to control the sun.
Good to know.
There were some really neat things that were in this too, though. I like some of these definitions.
The flags are over the sidewalk.
Yes, that whole section I thought needed to be in there.
I think Eli's done his with his taco sign way up there. Because he has it way up on the building.
Well, it just amazes me, the number of these things that are flying around that,
Because they're for sale
on
everywhere.
windy days, you're worried about your eyes.
We do have Staples and Myers.
And your vehicle,
What's it?
is that in your vehicle? Right in there.
But anyway, if we start a file and every time we get things that we really like, we stick it in the file. And like I say, if you get a committee, we have a lot already, and get this committee going. And it's not like the committee has to meet all the time. They don't.
Once a month or something.
Yeah, if they meet once a month and and they can either come in or they just send their stuff, whatever they come up with, to the planning board and you can review it. And then if you want to meet with them, you do, or if one of you are on the committee too, that would be the liaison that would go back and forth in the committee. And then you have, you might have a meeting now and then, one that would kind of go over what you expect, what you'd like to see. And then, maybe halfway through or towards the end to go over everything. Make any suggestions that you would have that you want to see or that you don't want to see. And then that way, come fall, you have a public hearing and you're all set. But I think I have some stuff at home too. I think I sent you something, but
Yeah.
I sent you some things. But anyway, I will
Yeah.
also make sure that gets in, that can be part, so. And as far as the other, it's pretty well complete. I think at this point, the sexual one, I sent that all to you. If there's any changes, additions, whatever you might want to see added to that or taken away, you do it, and once it's been completed by the planning board too, then I think it needs to go one more time to the attorney, just to review, make sure that everything is up to date. I put everything in there that he wanted in there. So, and then once that's complete, then it's, okay, it's ready to go, so. And I think it's close, but I didn't know, it needed to be reviewed by all of you to see if you had anything additional that you wanted to add to it.
He was upset when you upset stuff.
Well, unfortunately, I remember when we first started talking about it years ago, it's like, why does all this have to be part of it? And it's because if it's not there, then it's assumed they can do it. It's like, whoa. Fortunately, when it goes on the ballot, you don't have to list each little bit of it. I could just, oh!
This is the, can I talk about something else besides this? Sorry.
You're running the meeting.
This is something for Al. The place next to Subway,
Title one.
title loan or whatever, car title. I was at Tractor Supply the other day, and there's like 3 cars in the back that are buried in the
Actually,
snow, and I
6
don't know
now.
if they're registered or not. I don't know if you can check. They did not
None of them are.
appear to be.
It's the ones they repossess for title loans. The
And
other
they
day there were
got-
6 of them there.
Really?
There's cars behind there that are
When
buried.
somebody can't pay their loan, they get them
They
in
go,
return. When they first opened, they were really good about getting them off the lot and out of
Yeah.
there. But the last few storms buried like 6 of them under.
I saw
Okay.
3. I don't know.
All
well, they
right.
must have a transport or something come in and get them, because that's what happens to my son. He gets a yard full, he'll get 15 to 18 in his yard, and then transports will come and get them for him,
But this has been a while.
yeah.
Yeah, so maybe Al needs to check that out, see what they're doing down there.
Just one of those things.
Have any of you tried that Subway?
Yeah, I did once. Okay.
It's very good. He's opening one in Walmart,
Well, I knew they were gonna have a Subway, yeah.
yeah, in Walmart.
Footlongs, all
Yeah, he's doing the one in Walmart here and also the Walmart in Guilford.
expensive.
Same guy that owns the ones down here.
That's when
I think,
Okay.
I think he owns all of them in New Hampshire.
No, he doesn't own the ones in the gas station. This guy down here.
Okay.
Right.
There's the name, he's out of Gilmanton.
But it's so nice, it's convenient right down at the end of the street. I can get a salad, a sandwich, whatever I want.
And I think DOT's been going down Route 3, making sure that the cars are so many feet from the center line.
Yep.
It just seemed like they've been doing that, like some of the cars
Yep.
over by Benson, so.
Oh, good.
So it seems like their cars are just a little, like there was a DOT car there the other day. Now the cars just seem to be like 2 feet further back.
Right,
Oh, when it's plowing time, it's
but
No,
that's
difficult.
good, yeah, between the
Well, there's a
plows.
rock through the windshield or something like that. so.
Sure. Well, not only that, but when they have those wings on the plows, that goes even further. So if you've got those cars too close to the front, you're gonna get damaged.
Carol, they
These
sit there.
cars that are on, parked right near the bridge by the mill, across from where the depot used to be.
Yep.
Yeah, this car's parked there just about every day, and they're not parked straight, they're like parked.
Well, I noticed that, that when I went by there this morning, it's like, oh, where did they learn to park?
Yeah,
It's not a
really.
par-
Yeah,
it's-
they didn't.
Yeah,
They're at an angle, but yet it's, straight in parking. So I said,
I've never seen anybody parking over there before, except for like when we have a parade or
yeah.
something like that,
Well, there are parking spaces. It's just that
Yeah.
normally people don't.
Do they plow them during the winter? Do they
Yeah.
plow over enough so you can park there? Yeah, I never noticed.
No, they're all plowed right now. I don't know. I think sometimes the overflow at Riverfront,
Secco.
if they're too full, they'll park out there along the road.
Hmm.
But, and sometimes you see them pull over and stop
Oh, we
there and
have,
run
we have
across
this
the
other
street.
thing that we have to,
By the way,
Then we didn't leave.
What's that?
About the, tower, the.
Oh, yes, you have to
Yes.
sign the thing for the tower.
Tower.
140, I'm
It's-
sorry, 132, the tower that's up on 132. They were, they had to get bonding.
There's a tower.
Yeah, there is. Anyway, they were required to get bonding so that if they desert it or anything, there's bonding the monies would be used to take the tower down. But anyway, apparently they've been, they changed the name of they changed the company again, or the title just changed or something.
That was probably one company taking over it all.
Yeah,
Yeah, they issued a bond and,
anyway.
they want a release of the original traveler's bond. If it cannot be returned, then we gotta sign this release. So I guess, I don't know if we should just sign this, or should I look for the release of the, original? Because that's what they want.
Just tell them you don't know where it is.
And sign this one?
Yeah, and sign the release. Did they send the new one? Because I know we have to sign this, but. You mean to tell me out of all those bonds I found for you today, not one of them is the one they were asking about?
Yeah, it's a new insurance company.
Okay.
Tower, I'm still trying to figure out where this tower
Just
You know,
open
as
the
you're
outlet
going
mall.
up 132, you know where
Yeah.
Business Park Drive
is.
is?
Yeah, was it up in there?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking it's just like right on 132 somewhere.
No, if you, but as you're driving,
Oh.
if you pass Business
Yeah.
Park Drive, right after you pass, there's a big field and you look back there and you'll see a big tower standing there.
Still in use then?
Yes,
Or- yeah.
Cell phone tower?
it's got several companies on there.
Is there anybody in those companies?
Yeah, this is the original right here.
I think, yes, I think AT&T has something on there, Sprint.
They've kind of changed over for a lot of them, and they've
Yeah.
done some more digital stuff on some,
Yeah,
because they've
and
done new
digital.
boxes and stuff on them
Right.
lately. They've come in with new, permits to do a lot of the towers over into more
Modern.
modern stuff.
Yep.
Digital now, you know,
Yep.
instead of what they were using before. Yeah, I have the original
The
right here.
buildings there.
There's really no building,
It's
there's
just a small box thing.
No, but next to it, there were some vacant businesses and.
Oh, that's
what-
been bought out now by Team Eagle.
What
Right,
is that?
that's been
They
bought
do
too.
like
I
major
drive by
snow
them.
plows for like airports, industrial snow
Ah,
plows,
Okay.
snow removal.
There's like there's like, I don't know if they're like more of an office thing. I don't know if they warehouse anything up there.
All you need to know.
They're just a central location.
It's just a
Yeah.
big park man.
It's a Canadian company. This is their United States and from Canada.
Okay.
What else you want?
You know how they name Canada, right?
Anybody heard how Sea Light's doing?
Last time I heard they were doing well. I don't really,
I know the founder of it passed away.
mhm.
Oh, Sea Light, really?
He was pretty sick.
Yeah, he wasn't that old either.
42, 43.
Gosh,
Yeah, but he was like, I was like cancer or something.
that's too bad.
Well, that's like Rogers Development, when Mr. Rogers, I forget his first name, but he was 46, massive heart attack, gone like that. And it's just like, wow, you know, you expect to hear that about a 70 or an 80-year-old, not a 40-something-year-old. You know, it wouldn't be a surprise.
No.
Okay, so we just have to sign the thing.
Yep, right here.
And did they, this is changing insurance.
They're releasing it and they're changing it.
Signed by officer with reference to the first.
Yeah, this is the new one here. This is the new one.
Okay.
Ay, caramba. Do I sign this?
Yep.
1/14/14?
Mhm.
Do we have anything else we have to do?
Is it? Do I just sign something else?
You probably should put chairman of the planning board on behind it, so they'll know who the heck you are.
Listen.
I would suggest, I don't know if you
Tilton
have
Planning
to.
Board or?
Chair of the Tilton Planning Board.
And tomorrow you'll talk to Joyce about what we said about A22, getting those letters over to him.
Yes.
Okay.
There you go.
Do we have anything else?
Anything else?
That's
We still have one more meeting with Gus to harass her, so.
one more meeting, yes. Hopefully.
Only about
See.
6 maybe less.
Oh, for the, till March?
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, is it March?
Yep.
Yeah, so really like 3.
Don't forget to vote next Tuesday,
It's
Right.
next Tuesday.
executive council.
The executive council states
You
have
better
an
put some
election
word about that. I didn't know about it.
at the school.
I gotta tell you what's going on in town and what's going on in the state elections.
Oh, if I have to work the election, I'm gonna bring a good book, because I got a feeling there's not gonna be many people
No.
show
This is
up.
gonna be a
That's what we
sleeper, I
said.
think. I didn't even realize.
who's running.
Well,
Is it
see,
like
it's
a-
on the
is it
board
the
there,
actual
I
election?
think.
There's like 20
I've
people
had
on
some
it,
phone calls, most of the time I just hang up on them, so it doesn't.
Oh,
Well, you know, nothing gripes me more than to pay for phone service and people call and bug you, not people you want to talk to, just business or
That's why you have a cell phone and all
telemarketers or politicians. I don't pay my
want my
phone
number?
bill to have be bombarded with these kind of calls. I just hang up on them. I don't talk to them.
I look at caller ID and if I don't know it, I don't answer.
I'm trying to think of who's running for, do you know who's running?
Mhm.
you don't?
There's one,
I heard of two
Woodburn,
only.
there's
Yeah.
a couple,
Remember their names?
I think he's from Laconia, Guilford or something.
yeah, the Laconia guy. He's
Yeah, there's a
on
guy from North Woodburn, he's a really good guy, Jeff Woodburn.
They made themselves
Woodburn.
known
Who's the,
very well,
who's
that's
the,
for sure.
no, they
There's a
haven't.
couple of them from the North Country. They
Who's
have
the one
tough
from
shoes to fill.
Laconia?
Woodburn.
Tough shoes to fill, whoever's running. Good luck.
I wonder if she's got a,
Anything else?
I made a
No.
motion we adjourn.
Okay.
Second.
Second, all those in favor?
I
Opposed? Okay,
Yeah.
you sure?
Julia, I'm gonna make you up a planning board
So
book.
the- all the-
I'm starting, I had to
And all
order
those,
notebooks
yeah.
today, but I'll have
Oh,
that
what is
for
No,
you
the
shortly.
This is how they need
Not this
Canada.
one?
No, there's another one, has our
Another one?
zoning regulations and all that
Oh,
stuff,
yeah, I was
and
gonna say this.
and it has a planning
For
board,
what?
no, workball,
Oh,
and, you know,
it's kind of stupid,
like
but-
handbook in
okay.
there, so it tells you more about the planning board and stuff like that.
Is
so-
that still
All
on?
right, great.
Yes.
Alright.
Hang on, hang on, hang
No, I
on.
was just gonna say.